So Larry, in 2 weeks, Chum Salmon's going to be inducted into the Washington Racing Hall of Fame, and in 3 weeks, Stryker PHD is going to be in the Longacres Mile. You got to be looking forward to this August as much as any August in history.
Oh yeah, I mean Chum was great fun. He was the first mile winner we had, you know, and he really deserved it. I'm glad to see him get in there, and you know, Stryker, hopefully he'll put on a good show for the mile.
Speaking of the Longacres Mile, it's not unfamiliar to you or Sharon with Chum Salmon winning it in 1985. Can you take us back to that morning? Do you remember kind of the anticipation leading up to the race and what your expectations were when he stepped out onto the track?
Well, you know, actually that day it was really kind of like today, beautiful sunny day. I was building fence out at the farm most of the day because Chum was the only one we had in. And then, you know, it kind of really looked like it set up for him because there was a lot of speed. Every horse in the race was a speed horse, and you know, it's still for a Washington bred to win the mile. It's pretty cool. You know. Were
you guys pretty nervous going into it, or what was the feeling?
Oh, I'm sure, you know, you get a little nervous, but you know, Chum had a good season, so we knew he would give it a good effort, and that's the best you can ask. You know, they tried.
And Stryker PHD, you got him back in your barn this last winter, and you knew him well already. How excited were you to be able to campaign with him this year?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I mean, he's just a really nice horse, and I think he's maturing well. You know, I think he really probably could use the break that he got. He didn't really run in California like he did the year I had him down there, but he'd had a hard campaign here, so freshen him up, and so far so good. You know, we'll see how it goes.
With stakes runners, you always want to have at least a bit of a plan because there's usually a race you peak towards, and that would be the Longacres Mile. When you and Jim and Mona Auer and Sharon kind of put together a plan, is this kind of how you foresaw his campaign this year?
You know, pretty much. I knew that to give him enough time off, we had to miss the 6.5 furlong race. So, you know, and then they always say third time out of the box is, you know, they should be at their best. So it worked out well. You know, I can't say I expected him to win both races, but I was confident that he would perform well, you know.
Stryker PHD kind of has that patented nice late kick, a bit like Chum Salmon. Do you see any parallels between the two horses?
Well, he doesn't get quite as far back. Chum always made you nervous because he was like, you know, 100 lengths behind everybody, and just Chum had a real strong 3/8 of a mile. And Stryker, I think, he can sort of, depending on the pace, he can, you know, be closer or be a little further back if they're going too fast, and he's got a more sustained run, I think.
If you were to give me a measurement of your confidence level in Stryker PHD being able to win the Longacres Mile out of 10, what would you give me?
Well, that's a tough one when you don't know who's in there, but you know, unless a superstar comes up, I'd give him an 8. You know, if everything goes well. He's still got a couple of workouts to go before he gets there, and you know, but I would say an 8 if everything, you know, goes as planned.
And Leslie Mowing, the jockey, one of our top riders here, he knows the horse well now. Will you have an impact on the decision making that he has out on the track? Will you guys put together a little bit of a strategy, or do you kind of just give him free rein to do what he wants out there?
Well, he pretty much has free rein. I mean, he's the jockey. He knows what's going on, and you know, he's really seems to have got Stryker's number. He's ridden him great so far. So, and the plan was always to let the horse tell him when he's ready to go. You know, and Leslie, he's a really good, smart rider, so he'll give the horse the best chance he can give him.
Well, I want to wish you good luck for Stryker PHD in the Longacres Mile. Congratulations on Chum Salmon being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Larry.
Thanks.